Mass transit by and new Sonai in third period. Growth in urban areas in late 1800s causes. Since more immigrants and native-born Americans moved into cities in groundbreaking numbers, this caused very quick growth. In 1890s, Africans from the rural south moved to northern cities to seek jobs, as farm equipment replaced people in the countryside as well as other laborers in the countryside. More than 400,000 immigrants came to the U.S. from 1900 to 1910. This growth caused the need of more living compartments for people to work in the cities. Compartments' new technology made it possible to house many people in little ground area when a stronger and cheaper steel came out that were used to build multi-story buildings, steel-framed buildings by architects such as Louis Sullivan. Now that there were more compartments to fit more people in the urban areas, we now have to deal with the traffic because of how heavily populated the cities are. Mass transit. One way we kept traffic to moderate levels was to have mass transit. Mass transit is basically public transportation that was designed to move lots of people. Some examples in the late 1800s of mass transit was trolleys, elevated trains, subways, and commuter trains. One of the first cities to use mass transit was New York City in the 1860s, and Chicago followed in the early 1890s. They both had elevated trains running on tracks above the streets. Most of the mass transit systems back then and today were owned by private profit-making companies or by governments or quasi-government agencies, but they may not operate for profit.
Take Me Out to the Ball Game, sung by Edward Meeker, Edison Record. Casey was baseball mad, had the fever and had it bad, just to root for the hometown crew every Sue. Katie Blue. On a Saturday, her young beau called to see if she'd like to go to see a show, but Miss Kate said no. I'll tell you what you can do. Take me out to the ball game, take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I never get back. Let me root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Casey saw all the games, knew the players by their first names, told the umpire he was wrong all along, good and strong. When the score was just 2-2, Casey knew what to do, just to cheer up the boys she knew. She made the gang sing this song. Take me out to the ball game, take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I never get back. Let me root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
Mass transit's impact on us. History. Massachusetts transit eased traffic but also made it convenient for people to live far from their workplaces in the city, thus promoting the growth of suburbs. Without mass transit, the suburbs also wouldn't have grown as fast as it did in the late 1800s. Without mass transit, cities would be way more heavily populated than it already was. People today still live in the suburbs and work in the urban areas, but usually today we use private transportation, such as your own car.